Reyna is a brain-dead agent. You don't have to think when playing Reyna, you just have to aim on the head and shoot. This is what a lot of people are thinking, but is it true? I have no idea, so that's what we're gonna find out today. Believe it or not, in my whole Valorant career, I've only played Reyna like twice or 3 times. So today is the day I'm gonna pick up this agent, play her for a whole day, and see if Reyna players are really brain dead or not. The goal, by the end of the day, I want to do 1 competitive game, and this one decides if I stay in Ascendant or D rank. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Before I hopped into the first game, I did some research about this agent. What's the main reason why people think Reyna players are so brain dead, and why does this agent get so much hate? And I didn't have to search far because I literally found it in the info of Reyna. It says her capability is only limited by her raw skill, making her sharply dependent on performance. In short, Reyna is designed to be a performance-based agent. I mean, just look at her abilities. You have 1 flash, and that's basically it. The rest you can only use when you get kills. So the big flaw for Reyna is when the enemies are better than you and you don't get any kills, then you'll perform really bad, but when you do get a lot of kills, you can use your abilities to get even more kills. So when you play Reyna, it's basically a coin flip every game. But still, I don't buy it. I've covered a lot of tips and tricks on this channel, and I think only 0.001% was of Reyna. Reyna must have some tricks that you can use during the games, right? Let's search for them and hop into the first game of the day. Hello, everyone. The first thing I learned this game is that MrLowlander finally got the Rito buddy. I finally got the new buddy. Whoop, 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 whoop. Jokes aside, the first real lesson about Reyna I had to find out the hard way. As we know, with the Reyna E, you could always go away after you get a kill, right? This means you could take some extra risk and peek into multiple enemies. But even though you can do that, it's not always the smart decision. Peeking solo mid like this is not very smart. You still have to use your brain with Reyna. I don't even can get the kill, yo. Another thing I learned in the first game is that Reyna is one of those agents that when she pushes, she really wants to go, especially if you're using your ultimate. But when you do that, sometimes your team isn't on the same level. Take this round for example. I was pushing extremely hard, got some kills, thought we got sight, but suddenly my teammates were just in spawn. Okay. Spike down. What? Oh, my aim, dude. Where's my team? I really thought everybody was on side. Did you ever notice that when you're playing with a Reyna or a Jet, that there's a high chance that they are very toxic? Well, maybe it's because of rounds like the last one. I've noticed that when you're using your Reyna ultimate, you get so tunnel visioned on the enemies that you completely forget where your team is. And then when you get some kills on side and your team is not pushing behind you, that might trigger some Reyna mains into being toxic. Those were the bad things. Now some good things about Reyna I found out this game. First of all, making kills is so easy with this agent. You don't have to focus on smokes, flashes, complicated lineups, you just have to focus on aim on the head. Oh la la. Now some basic tips and mechanics I found in the first game. The first tip is try to abuse the off angles. Because you can go away easily with the Reyna dismiss, off angles are very strong for this agent. Take this round for example. I could simply stand in the middle of the entrance just because I know if I make a kill I can get away safely. Because you can get away so easily, the operator is actually very good on Reyna. When you're peeking mid for example and you see 3 or more enemies, you can easily make a kill and get away. Look at this round for example. I think I would be dead with any other agent except Chamber and Jet. So Reyna with an operator, pretty cool. Wow, see? Spike down mid. 3 enemies peek me and I get away. Another tip, don't use your E after every kill. The golden rule I found out is that when you see 2 enemies, use your E. And when you only see 1 enemy, try to save your E. Oh, I don't need to use that. Yup, over there is just simply a waste. I didn't have to use it. Now a very important mechanic I found out. If you are using your E, you cannot pick up guns. I always thought this was a thing, but apparently you can't. Finish. Here. Oh, I want that gun. Can I take it? I can't take it in my thing. In the end, we won the first game. A perfect start to Grindr for the whole day. So, before I hop into the competitive game, what did I learn about Reyna today? By playing a lot of games, I've noticed that Reyna is a bit more than just aim and shoot. As I said earlier this video, Reyna, her ability kit is not that complicated. And because her kit is not that complicated, you have to focus on other things when playing Reyna. Yes, I'm talking about aim, but one thing that's even more important is game sense. When playing this agent, it's so important that you know when to push, where to push, what the enemies are gonna do. You don't have a lot of abilities to rely on, so you need to get in the head of the enemy. Especially when using her ultimate and her E ability. Here a simple example. When you are using your ultimate, of course you can use your E after every kill. This means that after every kill you need to reposition yourself to a good spot so you can force the 1v1 battles. And this requires game sense. You have to know where the enemies are, where they're probably gonna walk to, and where they might be looking at. And that's where I mainly struggled.
die.
Another thing I found out is that Reyna is really good in pistol rounds. Basically every pistol round, easy peasy kills. Why, you might ask? Well, the healing in the pistol round is so overpowered. Usually you don't get one-shotted in the pistol round, and when you don't get one-shotted, you get like double HP with the armor, so good.
On spot.
One enemy.
Ayo! Reyna is so easy to get kills with. And now the tricks. MrLowlander, did you find some Reyna tricks? Yes, my friends, I found a few. Normally on the defender side you should play a bit safe. But Reyna is one of the few agents where pushing at the start of the round is not that bad. I got a lot of kills by just flashing, pushing and then go back.
I'm Reyna, I can do this.
And with a lot, I really mean a lot.
Wow.
This trick also works in the post plant, of course. Nice, easy kills. Another tippy, always break your heal when you're 100 HP. You don't want to give away your position to the enemy, so just walk in front of a wall, easy peasy.
Break it when you're 100 HP, that's important.
As for buying, because you can overheal and get full armor, it's often better to buy a heavy gun with half armor or even no armor. And then you have the off angles. Abuse them to win easy peasy games with Reyna.
Off angle.
One enemy remaining.
Off angle OP, okay.
And after this ace...
Cutting through.
Spike planted.
I love this agent.
Cutting division. One enemy
Ayo! I think I'm ready for the competitive game. Will I stay in Ascendant or will I D-rank to Diamond? Let's see, my friends. Hello, everyone. So in the first round we decided to push A and there was a nasty molly on short.
And molly.
player standing.
Finish.
Ah, I was mollied, sorry. You remember that tippy that I said earlier? When you see two enemies, always use your dismiss as fast as possible. I should have used my dismiss over there. I don't know why I tried spraying on Reyna.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, I couldn't press my E in time. No, MrLowlander, you had enough time over there. You tried to spray on Reyna, don't deny it. The round after that, an example of bad game sense. In this round I killed Brimstone, and when you get a kill, there's a very high chance that another enemy will push you and try to go for a refrag. I should have predicted this and used my dismiss to get closer to KO, but instead I stayed in backside and a chamber got me.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no.
Okay. I didn't really talk about it yet, but when exactly do you use the Reyna ultimate? Well, very simple. When you know you're about to go into a battle. This is usually when you're attacking a side or either defending in the post plan.
I can need to...
One enemy remaining.
Whoa, okay. You just get one kill each round. I mean, it's good enough.
Sounds crazy, but pushing out the smoke is doable when you know the enemy is focusing on your teammate. In this round I heard Brimstone shooting on my teammate, so I pushed out the smoke. Easy peasy.
Whoa.
Another tip before Reyna and actually every agent. When you get a kill in an eco round, don't be too greedy for the gun. You being alive with the ghost is better than you being dead with the vandal.
A bit too far to win.
Spike down B.
Last
player
I
standing.
wanted that gun and... Remember what I said earlier in this video about that coin flip? Well, after this round I started playing really bad, so I died a lot and I felt completely useless for my teammates. In the end we sadly lost the game and I D-ranked, oopsie. But now the real question, do you really need your brain for Reyna or is it just shoot on the head, easy win? I think it's quite the opposite of what most people are thinking. Because her abilities are so minimalistic, you have to think way more about the game. Reyna is the perfect agent for if you have a good game sense or you want to practice your game sense. So what I would say, lock her in and try it out for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe and I see you guys in the next one. Peace.